Well, 9/11 happened. And so that's difficult now. They can't just bring them over. There's working visas, there's, it gets really complicated. So that just leaves more opportunity for those of you that are bilingual. So if you can lead a tour and you're bilingual, you have a really good chance nowadays to get in with the inbound tour operator, at least when all our flights open up, which hopefully looks like it hopefully will be soon, sooner than later. So, but that's the inbound tour operator. So that's another type of job that you can do. Now, you don't have to be bilingual to work for them, because we still have people coming in from Australia. We have people coming in from England that speak English. And some of them will have people from all different countries, and they'll tell them that they only speak English on the tour, that the tour director is going to be speaking English. Of course, there's different levels of English, so it can get a little confusing. And being an international group can have its advantages and disadvantages culturally, so it can be interesting. But anyway, that's working for an inbound tour operator as a tour director, tour manager.
Sherry, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when you have these inbound from other countries, do you know ahead of time what country they're coming from, so you can prepare to learn their customs and to learn different things, so that you're
probably just 2 weeks before, when you start getting your documents and you look through your documents. I have a gal I trained years ago. She's been working and training for talk tours for years now, but and she speaks German. And I remember her first domestic tour. She was so excited, and she was supposed to go one direction. She arrived and they had her go in a different direction. She had all her narration. This is before we had the internet to go, oh, tell me about Myrtle Beach kind of thing, So, but I remember she came back, she goes, oh God, it was like the United Nations. And some of the documents were in German, and then they had the Americans, and they had the people from the UK. And it was like, trying to keep peace, the United Nations. And she came back and she went on and on. And this happens so much with people. And that's in the training I try to cover. Okay, these are the challenges you're going to have. Just say what I say. It avoids a lot of challenges. If you just say what I say, cover what I covered in the briefing, it'll avoid some of those. But challenges come up. If they didn't, I wouldn't have a job. If everything just worked perfectly,
right,
I wouldn't have a job. I don't think I have to worry about that at this point. So, but they come back like she did, and she goes on and on, all this challenge I had. And I said, well, how did you like it? She goes, I loved it.
Yep.
And so many, and they'll say, oh, you were on my shoulder. This is what happened. Right. You were right. They said this. And how did you like it? I loved it. And they're so proud of themselves because they're able to take care of those challenges. And I should say nothing's deadly, but no, I've had some of those too, but not because of something that I did or happened on a tour. But it's always changing. When you think, oh gosh, and I've done this tour over and over, and I've got this routine all set up, it's going to be a surprise. So that's all part of the job, and that's why we're there. Let me mention too, domestic tour director as a different job than international tour directors. International, we've got a lot of management. When you do domestic tours, your management's easier because you usually meet them at the hotel if they're all coming in together like an international group. I mean, at the airport, or you meet up at the hotel if they're all coming in at different times. Most likely, you're going to meet them at the hotel and then do your briefing and cocktail party and all of that.